Danny hasn't been uploading for over a year now, and when the world needed him the most, he fell into the backrooms. We need to get him out of there. As game dev creators ourselves, our mission today is to make the ultimate horror game for him. And if we manage to do that, he will come back, right? The game is going to be based on the player searching for Danny's milk in order to save him from the backrooms. Firstly, we need to look for 3D models. No, we're not gonna do them ourselves. We spent like 45 minutes trying to download this thing, which is more complicated than it looks, but we managed to import the model into Unity. As the gods of this universe, we've given our player the ability to walk and look around. Danny, where are you? Next up, we did some fixing of the player movement, and let there be light. It gives more of that horror game vibe now. The best way to find Danny in these backrooms is to lure him with something he loves, and everyone knows that he loves milk. So we added exactly that as the wallpapers of the backrooms. It is now time to face the biggest challenge of this entire project. The premise of the game is supposed to be finding the milk in a random generated maze. But we're gonna be honest, we've never in our lives made anything like that. And all the tutorials are hours long. This is why our first try of random generated rooms looks like this. Anyways, we made a little room as an example of how the maze could be structured. We added the nice lighting back, and with the power of post-processing, we gave everything a slight RGB effect. Alright, after racking our brains, we made a quite simple yet effective generator. We will have a couple of pre-designed rooms you can step into. Once you step into a room, another chunk is spawned with a different room type that is kind of random, similar to Minecraft but worse. Having gone through literal hell, we added the second room design with some dead ends so the backroom monsters can actually reach you. You will see them in a bit, just wait. Now this is how the generator is working right now. It's not perfect and the rooms kind of repeat themselves, but we made some nice progress. While just walking around and searching for Danny, the computer slowly began to fry, which is a huge problem. To save our game, we added occlusion culling. Sounds very cool and fancy, but it's basically just room goes away when not looked, so PC won't explode. As you can see, the generation works great now, but it doesn't actually check if there's already a generated room. So it just generates one on top of it, which makes everything look a bit weird. We had a few more problems with the occlusion culling, but with that finished, the hardest challenge is conquered. We now have a fully working, finished ultra mega maze generator. We've got exactly 2 rooms designed. It was now time to make 3 more rooms, so it's actually a maze and not just a long hallway. And with that finished, it is now time for the actual fun part, adding the backroom entities. If you've watched Danny like ever, you know that he has a friend called Billy, this guy. Well, in our game, he turned evil and will try to kill you. And we've put all of our budget into the main enemy, evil turned Danny. You might have figured out that our budget is literally $0. But it's kind of funny, so we just left it that way. We implemented the enemies into our little backrooms. Billy tracks your movement and faces you. Not that creepy yet, but have a little patience. The main mission of the game is to survive while looking for Danny's milk. So the next logical step was to implement the actual milk into the game. We coded a shader so you can actually see the milk through walls. Otherwise, you would just walk through the backrooms without any idea where to go. We then put a timer on the visibility of the milk, so the game is actually kind of difficult. To make the game a bit more creepy, we added a sound when the milk is visible and this music with this kind of play button. Billy will be placed in some random rooms when searching for the milk, and when you actually step into his range, the screen will become darker, and if you get too close... Of course, we had to give our evil turned Danny some ability as well. He will follow you around, and if you're too slow, he will kill you. To give our game a little bit more spice, we now have footsteps. It was now time to move on and add the jumpscare animation. What makes a jumpscare truly terrifying? The music, the unexpected, the dramatic effect. We decided to ignore all of that and just make Danny shake you up a bit. At first, the sound effect kind of ruined our backroom vibe, but the second one was quite fitting. And at the end of this long journey, every game needs a premium finish. When you walk into the milk and then collide with Danny's ghost, he will fly up and you will have successfully saved him from the backrooms. And he can finally make videos again. Hopefully. Yeah, and a lot of you guys aren't subscribed, so please do that. 3D games are absolute pain, and click on this video to see us make another game.